On our topic, if you've just popped on today, I am Chelle Johnson, and today for Colorado Career Connectors, we have Bisi MacGregor talking about confidence on demand, breaking that grip of doubt forever. And before we jump into having her, I am the host and founder and CEO of Colorado Career Connectors, and I am a career coach. I help soul inspired high achievers amplify their businesses and their career. My background is I was a director of talent acquisition at Comcast Technologies, a senior leader of talent and talent development at Lockheed Martin, and I am a certified positive intelligence coach and also a premier career coach at Anita B, which is also Grace Hopper for women in technology. In my business, which is bestyoucareeradvantage.com, I have a framework which is listed here for you, and I have a free giveaway for all of you who might be interested in how do you fast track your job search. This is the framework that we use. It's about your vision and your purpose and your mindset, which is why I am so excited about having Bisi present to us today. It's about strategy, consistent, focused positivity, and how you really amplify your career. So if you go on and if you'd like to get this guide, please subscribe. It's 13 pages of very specific questions, framework for you in order to make your job search fast tracked, feeling better about your purpose, focusing on what you need to focus on as far as strategy and tactics. Coming up in 2 weeks, I just want to highlight that we have how do you reframe ageism in the workplace for men and women, 40 and 50. Now, we do have Barbara Brooks and Guadalupe Hurt that are going to be here. They do own Second Act Women. And we are having a career camp where I will be speaking on the 7 steps to amplifying your career awesome. That is on August 20th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at General Assembly Live. This is for women over 40, but the Colorado Career Connectors, this is for everyone. I work with so many people over 40 who are doubting themselves, and ageism is real. So we want to focus and bring this topic to light and really disband any thoughts that you might have that you can't get a job if you are over 40. So just wanted to highlight those things for you. But today, I'm going to turn it over to Bisi MacGregor. She is the founder of Fear to Freedom, and she has worked as a very high-level finance administration director at L'Oreal. She has presented to Unilever, to Mizuho Manufacturing, and if you have an opportunity, and Yvette, if you could please put Bisi's LinkedIn profile, I would love to invite you to all watch her 11-minute, 12-minute TEDx speech that L'Oreal did in New York City. She is an international award-winning speaker on mastering and transcending those internal fears that we all have. She has spoken at conferences like the Women Economic Forum, the Career Pathways Consulting, the World Diversity in Leadership Conference, and Girls with Goals Who Give. And so, Bisi, I would love to turn it over to you. And I'm so grateful that you're here. And I hope you are all in for some takeaways, some steps that will allow you in your job search, or if you are looking to be promoted, to lose that fear and move forward with confidence. Bisi, over to you.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Chelle. Thank you. I am so excited to be here. So excited to be here. How's everybody doing? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, I am ecstatic, Bisi. 1 being, I don't know. Where are you on the scale? I want to see this on the chat. What are the numbers? Where are you on? I see an 8. Thank you. Awesome. I love that, sir. And 9.5 and 8. I love it. 6. I love it, love it, love it. Keep them coming. I know there's like 30 people on here. That was 10, 6. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. So my desire for you today is to up that even a notch. Even if you're a 10, tip the scale. Why not? Right? Why not? I'm super excited today to share with you how you get to break through the grip of doubt forever and build confidence on demand. On demand. Who wouldn't like that? Who's here that is like, I don't know if I want to build confidence on demand? Because really, why are you here? What brought you here today? Why are you here? What is it?
Let's hear it in the chat.
Yeah.
We'd love engagement and interaction, and we will be taking questions as well. So why are you here? What are those pain points?
Yeah. What brought you here today? Because you could have been anywhere else. I mean, it's 2:00 in Georgia, right? What is it? Need to boost my confidence. Thank you. It is lacking. Not anymore. Not for long. Not for long. What is it? Is it overwhelm for you? Is it that you've stopped trusting in yourself? What is it? Fear. Yeah. Career developing skills. Self-sabotage. That's a big one. Self-doubt. I get it. I get it. Okay. I get it. I stand for individuals to walk in full inner freedom of themselves and to take ownership of who they are. I teach people how to live more and fear less. And why am I here? Why am I the one to speak to you about breaking the grip of self-doubt? Here's the thing. I didn't get here in a day. You just heard I've done a TEDx talk. I'm the owner of Theater Freedom. I have a corporate background of 22 years in corporate finance. I did it all. But I didn't get here in a day, wishing or waiting or it handed to me. I recall sitting in a conference room in New York City. It was like the 27th floor or so, overlooking the water, the city. It's just beautiful. The boats, the jet skis, the helipad, all of it. And it was like the 4th hour in this 1-hour meeting. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You know, the meeting is scheduled for 60 minutes, but for some reason, we're still in there 2 hours and 37 minutes later, rehashing the same thing from minute 2. Yeah. And I could hear that voice inside of me that's like, Bisi, really? Are we doing this again? Again? I was visited by doubt and anxiety very frequently because the voice said, well, what are you going to do about it? I'm no longer motivated. I am spent. I'm no longer inspired. It wasn't the first time. Yet the other voice said, well, I mean, you're just going to have to stick it out. What are you going to do? You don't have the confidence. You've been here how many years? You already know the job. You're going to have to start over. Just stick it out. So what did I do? I stuck it out. And then I attended the next meeting. And then I stuck it out. And it was 5 years. And then I stuck it out. And then it was 7 years. And then I stuck it out. And before you know it, it was 12 years. I stuck it out. I say this to you because, yes, I struggled also with self-doubt and much more until I did my work, until I did my inner work. I left the corporate world 3 years ago to build Fear to Freedom, to help other corporate entrepreneurs or other corporate people to regain that confidence in themselves so they can step into the fullness of who they are. When I started my business, I thought to myself, how am I going to, you've never been an entrepreneur all your life. What are you going to do? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do this? And the first year, I remember closing the year at $19,000. I'm like, all right, this is a total failure. I mean, 6-figure job, corner office in New York City, bonus, 19 grand. That's not going to work, Bisi. And then I kept doing my work and kept exercising my courage muscle, building confidence. And in a year that did not seem like it was in the cards for anyone, in a year that everything was going array, in 2020, in the year of the pandemic, I closed the year multiple 6 figures. This is what happens when you get to break through that grip of self-doubt and get to call on demand the confidence and courage that you need. See, what stands between where you are right now and where you want to be is nothing but fear. That's it. Self-doubt, as far as I'm concerned, is a minion of fear. Fear is the gateway to freedom. So today, I want for you to see fear for what it is, a defense mechanism, safety, if you will. I want to shift the way you look at doubt and process it differently so it no longer stops you. One of the things I want you to understand about doubt, self-sabotage, fear, anxiety is that there are skills for you to learn to overcome this stuff. So it's not the end of the day. The successful people that you see out there living their lives, the people I saw on the jet skis, and I'm like, what are they doing? How come in the middle of the day I'm in this meeting and they're living their best lives? It's not like they were born without fear. They just know how to process it differently. That's it. So my promise to you is over the next few minutes together, I'm going to share with you the exact shifts that I've made in my life and I help my clients make, right? So that they could be better leaders. They could start their business, expand their business, even and especially in these times. Last year, I remember Martin came to me, Laura came to me. Martin came from, he was in the UK, had lost his job because of the pandemic. He had 6 kids. So he was all about, what am I going to do? How am I going to take care of my family? What am I going to do? How am I going to take care of my family? We worked together, spent some time together, 2 weeks, got his job and started taking care of himself. He sent me a message saying, Bisi, I ran 5 kilometers. I have not done this in over a decade. This is what begins to happen. Not only is your career boosted, even your own life, your personal life improves. So grab your pen and paper. If you don't have it already, you want to, because you're going to want to take notes, because this is going to be different, totally different. And if you feel like you're already doing well, it's okay. You'll get some new and advanced strategies to get even better results. Better yet, I'd ask you to lean in. What's here for me? What's here for me? So are we ready? Yes, I see some head nods. So let me ask you this. What would you do if you had more confidence? Let's see it in the chat. What would you do if you had more confidence? What is it that you're doing now that you're not doing because you do not have the confidence? What is that? More inaction? Keep after HR reps that are ghosting me? Yeah, love it. And what I see is that when you feel like you're lacking confidence or you feel like you're in the grips, the hands of self-doubt, you aren't living your best life. Yeah or no? You're not living your best life, right? But why is that? Why is that? I know right now the climate is forcing everyone to look in this inescapable mirror. And it's so uncomfortable for people because it's exposing some of the holes, some of the weaknesses that we've had. Some people, it's their relationship. Some people, it's their finances, their managerial skill set. And some people are even hiding from this because what happens? Why? If I look in the mirror and I realize what's really, I might have to take responsibility. But here's what I know to be true. The fact that you are here, you're that type of person who takes responsibility for his or her life. So well done. Congratulations for being here. So really, 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 why aren't you living your best life right now? I know the big excuse right now is COVID, the pandemic. But what was it until now? Because here's the thing, it has not changed. It has not changed. Is it your self-discipline? Is it that your self-discipline leaves a lot to be desired because you seem to end up lapsing into your old ways over and over again, and then you find yourself carrying over the same goals again and again? Or is it that you've tried something in the past and failed, and now you live in the shadow of the shame of that, and then you keep sabotaging yourself? Or is it that you were betrayed or burned before, or you were taught not to trust others, and now you're kind of looking at yourself, but wait, I can't even trust me either? Or is it that you are so afraid you might be rejected, so you don't even attempt the call? You don't attempt the step. Your self-doubt is reflected in your everyday choices. You miss out on the opportunities, and when your head hits that pillow at night, you beat yourself up because you just know you could have done better. Am I talking to anyone here? Yeah. Thank you, Suzanne.
See, we have some really great comments in the chat. And I know from my perspective, I work with clients every day. Even met with a client this morning who is like, you can just see the confidence and doing the work you're talking about. And I love and would absolutely ask that those people on the call, what would you do if you had more confidence? What kind of life would you live? And so this topic is so important. So keep those comments coming, everyone. Really, really great. Thank you to Susan and Elaine and Megan. And so, you know, live the life you want, to have the values. So I just wanted to share with you, the comments are really amazing on what that would be like.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Chelle. Yeah, because and it's so important to know what that life would be like, or at least just feel into it. Because I totally get what happens if you don't address this issue of self-sabotage, of self-doubt, or lack of confidence. I mean, you'll coast for a few days, for a few months, you coast a few years. But then it gets to a point where you start to walk around living in this deep discontent, unhappiness, wondering, what if I had taken that step? What if? So I know how essential it is for you to solve this problem, because I know that feeling. I don't know if I could make it another day. Ask me how I know. So I want you to imagine just waking up truly rested, knowing that you're going to spend your day doing exactly what you choose to do. Seeing your projects come to fruition. You're walking with courage and confidence. You are comfortable in your own skin, making the connections that you want, raking in the profits that you want, being the leader that you always dreamed to be, spending time with the people that you love, doing the things that you love, being an inspiration to the other people behind you. Does anybody want any of this life? It is possible. It is possible. So here's what I do. I walk my clients through my methodology, the Live More Fearless methodology. And it contains 3 pillars: awareness, awaken, and activate. So I'm going to walk you through this methodology and kind of give you a tip or shift under each of those pillars so that you leave here knowing what to do and how to move. Yeah? So step 1, awareness, the pillar of awareness. Here's the thing. When you are wanting to create the life that you desire and get into bold results that you want, it requires a high level of awareness. Who are you? What are your beliefs? What are your habits? What is the mindset that you carry around? Are you clear? How do you make decisions? It requires you to become uber aware, to wake up to what's around you, what's in you, and what's about you. This is the first step. Without awareness, you keep making unconscious choices. One of my biggest discoveries in my work was this. Research shows that more than 75% of our decisions are fear-based. More than 75% of your choices are fear-based. In other words, you're afraid of what will happen if you don't make a certain choice, as opposed to making the decisions based on what we really want out of life. And I'm going to give you some examples here, because as I'm talking about this, your fear is like, oh my God, I'm about to get caught. Oh my God, I'm about to get caught. This is you in the conference room, and you have that thought to that idea, and you say, I don't know. I'm not going to say, I can't speak up. I don't want them to think that idea was stupid. Or, oh yeah, I'm going to speak up because I want them to hear me. I want them to think I'm intelligent. I can't call that person. What if they say, oh, wait, you don't know it yet? I can't show up there. I can't make that big of an event. I'm going to lose. That's it. What if they ask me questions and I don't have the answers? I feel a tickle in my throat. I think I'm going to call out sick. Yeah. Overwhelmed by things. Most of the time, you're making a decision rooted in fear, not what you actually want. And why is this? We are all wired for safety, period. This is the way our brains work, all of us. There's a part of your brain that its job is to stay alert 24/7 to keep you safe. However, inherent in that safety is a hindrance to your own growth. See, when you're making decisions that are motivated by fear, it clouds your thoughts, your intuition, ideas. See, fear will have you doing three things. It will have you constricting, it will have you condemning, and it will have you conforming. You see those opportunities. We've been, even though it's been such a crazy 18 months or 60 months, whatever it is, we've had more time than ever. But one of the biggest excuses we hear is, yeah, I would do that, but I don't have time. I'll do that, but I don't have time. Your fear will have you constricted. That dream of yours, that desire of yours, that bubbles inside of you. It says, but wait, you can't have it. Your mom didn't have it. Your dad didn't have it. Constricted. Your fear will have you condemning, blaming other people, finger wagging, complaining, leaving you with no time, no energy to focus on what you desire. And the last piece of what fear would do to you is fear says you cannot stand out. You cannot be yourself. It is way too risky. So what happens is that you try to speak, do, think, walk like everybody else, like somebody else. And the people that you're meant to connect with cannot connect with you because your uniqueness is in hiding. And this isn't the time to conform. This is the time that your unique gift, your talent is needed now more than ever. So one of the tips under awareness is this. Decide. Decide. Get clear and decide. See, many people talk about, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. I really don't know what I want. I don't know. I really don't know. And when you say that over and over and over again, guess what? You manifest the exact same thing. That's what you experience. Then the other group says, there's just, I have this, that, and that. I'm really just trying to pick. Just pick something. Decide. And then many are afraid to say what they want because what if I can't achieve it? Ooh, so you're in this vicious cycle. And here's the thing, when you can't get clear, when you cannot decide on what you want, you're at the mercy and will continue to be at the mercy of somebody else's intention. Decide. You cannot, see, many people, it's not that they cannot have what they desire. They don't get it because they don't name it. You cannot claim what you won't name. It's impossible. You cannot. So decide. Something else, and I'll throw this in, something else that many people think is, I'm doing all the things, Bisi, but have you decided? What are you creating? Your decision is your creation point. You hear me? When you decide is when you create the thing. When you wake up and go through your to-do list and you're doing this stuff, that's when you are receiving what you have created. Make a decision. Full body decision. I remember when a client, Terry came to me, and she had been a stay-at-home mom for over 13 years, graphic designer. She was ready to go back, join the workforce. But she lacked the courage, the confidence to go. And I don't know, Bisi, I can't do this. We worked together. She got clear. And guess what it was? I don't want to be a graphic designer. I want to educate people about healthy eating. And she decided that's what she went to do. That's the power of decision. What do you want? I'm so glad this is the beginning of August. What do you want to create this month? And put that in the chat, like decide, what is it? It doesn't matter, no judgment. What do you want to create this month? Because once you decide, every step you take after that is simply in service to receiving what you have decided on. Is this clear? Is this hitting home? Before we move into the second pillar, awaken. Awaken is the second pillar. When you begin to get clear and you begin to decide on what you want, something magical happens. Something bubbles up on the inside of you. You begin to awaken to the fact that, ooh, I have what it takes. I'm capable. And here's my belief. Everything that you need to get you to the next level, to get you to that new job, to get that promotion, to help you achieve that audacious goal, to stand up for yourself, to make the impact that you desire to make, is already on the inside of you. It just needs to be awakened and activated. That's all. You already got it. So here's where we wake up to some of the beliefs, the mindset to help you move in the world with courage and confidence and awaken that inner self-belief. But again, awareness is required because you cannot awaken what you aren't aware of. Right? So I'm going to share with you one of the tools that is a game changer in my life, that has been a game changer in the life of my clients. Learned this from a mentor of mine, Rhonda Britton. If you use this tool effectively and consistently, it would be a game changer in your life, in any area of your life. So here's what begins to happen underneath of the awaken pillar. All I want you to do is take on your stretches. So if you have a plain sheet of paper, I want you to draw 3 concentric circles, big, bigger, biggest. It's going to look like this. Once you have your illustration, type I got it. Let me know you got it. Big, biggest, big, bigger, biggest. Looks just like that. Got it, got it, got it. Yay, Lori got it. Seren, Carrot, awesome. All right, so that centerpiece is your comfort zone. I want you to label that comfort zone. That is your comfort zone. This is where fear has been assigned to babysit all of us and make sure we do not leave. It is where lies are farmed and nurtured so that you stay in your comfort zone. What I want you to know about the comfort zone is life as it is right now. That's it. So as I'm walking you through this tool, I want you to be thinking about what you decided in step 1. What are you creating for August? What is it that you're creating? So what I want you to do is just write a statement or 2 about your comfort zone. What does that look like today? With regards to what you want to create. You want a promotion? What do you do about it? Do you just think about it? Do you talk to people about it? Do you talk to HR? What do you do right now? What is your comfort zone? Your comfort zone is just, it's status quo. It's what you are doing right now. That's it. You want to bring in an extra $10,000? What do you do today about that? I dream about it. I talk to my sister about it. What do you do? I talk to one person. I sell a thing. What do you do? Comfort zone. This is where you get to be honest with yourself. Otherwise, nothing changes. Just because it's called a comfort zone does not mean it's comfortable. Most people are overwhelmed, frustrated, unfulfilled, tired, trapped in their comfort zone. Comfort zone simply means it is familiar. That's all it is. And fear is the gatekeeper of your comfort zone. Fear is the gatekeeper of your comfort zone. So let's move to the next ring. So your next ring right outside the comfort zone, right there. That's the stretch zone. It's called the stretch zone, stretch. It's just a little step outside of your comfort zone. This is where you tend to build your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and it's also where you tend to beat yourself up the most. Why? Because it contains the things that you know how to do, but you don't do them. They're easy for you to do. You know how to do them. You just don't do them. Could you walk 15 minutes around the block? Yes. But let me just sit in Netflix for a second. They're easy for you to do. Could I write that email and ask a question? Yes. But I don't know. Let me wait again. All I want you to do is come up with 3 little steps. What are 3 little things for you to reach that goal that you decided in step 1? What are 3 sub things? They're easy for you to do. You know how to do them. You just don't do them right now. Just 3. That's all I want you to come up with. Just 3 little things. Easy to do. You know how to do them. You just don't do them. That's all. Could I ask a question in the meeting? Sure. I just don't. Could I ask for support? Yes, I know how to do it. It's easy for me to do. I just don't. 3 things. Cool. So everybody got at least one thing in their stretch zone? Awesome. Let's go to the next ring. The next ring is the risk zone. Now this is a little ways out of your comfort zone. So this here is where your heart starts to boom, boom. This kind of, you're not sure if it's going to work. This carries with it a possibility of failure or rejection. It's a little heavy. It takes courage. This one is like, I don't know if I don't know. It's kind of scary, but I don't even know if I know how to do it, if I can do it. 2 things. 2 things in service to that goal. In step 1, what are 2 sub things? That's it. There's 2 steps. Okay. Now the next ring. Well, Bisi, what are you talking about? I only have 3 rings. Yeah, I'm talking about all of that space. All of that space on the outside. That's the die zone. And it feels just like that, like you are going to die. If somebody said, come on, let's do this. Let's jump out of a plane. And you're going to be like, you are out of your mind. People die doing that stuff. I am out of here. I'm leaving. It is so far out of your comfort zone. You feel like you can't breathe. It's that thing. Your stomach just starts to turn. What's one thing? One thing in service to the goal that you want to reach. Just one sub-step. It's so scary. You just, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know. That's it, just one. Okay. So here's what happens. You address your objectives, your goals, without assessing the levels of fear associated with them. You tend to take one goal, lump it all up and try to tackle it, and then you get frustrated moments later. You become overwhelmed. Your brilliance, your capability gets challenged because it's too big. And then doubt sets in. Right? Everything can't be lumped together. Everything really is a stretch. So your job right now is to forget about the risk and the die zone for now. We know what they are. Now we can identify them. We know what they are. All I want you to do is take on your stretches. Remember, those little things you know how to do that are easy to do, you just don't do them. Start doing them. That's it. Take on your stretches. Now, here's what's going to happen. When you go to take on that stretch, guess who's going to rear its head? Fear. Wait a minute. Where are you going? You're trying to get fit? Oh my God. People are going to laugh at you. You are going to speak up in that meeting. What if you don't know what you're talking about? Remember, fear is assigned to babysit you in your comfort zone. So it's going to try relentlessly to keep you in it. It is going to speak to you in the language that you understand. When I first took on speaking, I remember the voice coming up. Wait, Bisi. I mean, I know you do presentations in corporate, like in front of, executives and stuff. Wait, you want to stand on stage and speak to hundreds, thousands of people? They're going to throw eggs at you. They're going to throw tomatoes at you. I mean, come on. You're probably going to freeze and forget your lines completely. Because your fear does not want you to get humiliated, doesn't want you to not feel accepted, or doesn't want you to have this feeling of being misunderstood. So again, it will speak to you in the language that you understand so that you can go right back into your comfort zone. That is its job. That's its job. And here's what we also know. Everything that you desire is where? Outside of your comfort zone, right? Because if it weren't outside of your comfort zone, you'd be living your best life right now because you're in your comfort zone, right? What most people do is they ignore the insights, the steps, and they say to themselves, oh, you know what? I'm just a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist. That's the language that fear uses to speak to you, to take you right back into your comfort zone. I need to know X, Y, and Z first. I really like to think about things through before I make a decision. I have to sleep on it for like 5 nights before I make a decision. No, that's just fear. So now that we've had this conversation, you're going to start recognizing your own fear responses. What are fear responses? How you respond when fear is introduced. What it says to you that makes you go retreat into your comfort zone. And remind me, Chelle, I will give a resource to show you all like different types of fear responses so that you can begin to identify them. Your job now is to, once you see that, you get to notice it and say, okay, I see you, but I got this. And you move, you take on your stretch. So when you go to take that stretch, fear is going to rear its head. Where are you going? We don't do that. Come on, we don't ask questions. We don't know. We don't turn on our cameras. We don't do that. What are you trying to do? And all you're going to say is, okay, I see you. Thank you. I know you're trying to keep me safe, but I got this. Thanks. And you take on your stretch. That's it. My friends, you do not argue with fear. You do not argue with fear. I'm going to say this again. Do not argue with fear. It knows everything that you know. It is just as educated as you are. It's just as spiritual as you are. So no, you cannot pray it away. You argue with fear, it will win. So this isn't a dialogue. It isn't a conversation. I see you. I got this. Thank you. And you move, you take on your stretch. That's it. Is this clear? Same a year ago, I mentioned Laura. When she came, she had left a company that she had been working with for 4 years. And because of the pandemic, and she just dreaded waking up each morning, putting herself through another day of the interviews, and she became less certain, time over time, trying to get the job that aligned with her values, her desires. We spent some time together. She was able to accept her progress, acknowledge her progress little by little. She said to me, Bisi, when I first started with you, my confidence level was a 0. I felt worthless and unemployable. 2 weeks later, I am at an 8. I feel so much confidence in my own abilities. This is what begins to happen when you start taking those small steps. Those small steps. Are you all ready for the third pillar? Is this helpful? And shall I look in the chat? Chelle, how's this landing?
Oh, this is definitely landed. We're having some fun. I'm like, how many of you know that feeling of dread? Can I get an amen? And so I've gotten some amens out there. Monica, John, Susan, Jamie, super, super helpful. And I can't even tell you, Bisi, the clients I work with, it is that fear. They don't decide, like you said, they keep going round in circles, and that round in circles is keeping them having round in circles in their job search, in their promotion, in them sitting in that room thinking with that inner judge, that fear, whether you call it the judge, the saboteurs, you're in fear or positive intelligence or whatever. That's what I do. I get people out of that fear into their wisdom. And so who's ready to hear the third piece from Bisi? Like I am. Anybody else? Susan's saying yes. Monica, Jamie, Lori. Okay, let's do this.
Awesome. Let's do this. So third pillar, activate. It's time to activate what you've just awakened. It's like starting up a car, right? And you're wanting to go to the store. You got to put your foot on the gas pedal, right? You got to move the car, right? This is where we get to awaken the things that you have just, where you get to activate the things you have just awakened. This is where you begin to not only know that I am capable, but you get to move in the world with this knowingness. With this knowingness, right? The tip here under activate is this: acknowledge movement forward. Acknowledge movement forward. Why is this so important to Bisi? I'm glad you asked. Because I see you. You are constantly waiting for the finish line to assess if you've passed or failed, if it worked or didn't work. You are waiting to the end to see the result. Was it good or bad? Did it pass or fail? Is it up or down? And not only are you waiting for the finish line, you're waiting for somebody else to say, hey, yes, Susan, you did it. Yes, Lisa, yes, you did a great job. Acknowledge movement forward. And why do you keep waiting for the finish line to acknowledge movement forward? Because your fear has convinced you you should have done it better, faster, quicker, before now, more perfect, and on and on and on and on and on it goes. And here's the thing about fear. It might be motivating. It might wake you up and, get you on your path. Yes, let's do this. It might be motivating, but it will never let you be satisfied. Never. So what I'm sharing with you is something that takes away your right to beat yourself up. Some of you are the biggest, you're in the ring with yourself and you just, yeah, I see your faces. You know what I'm talking about. What I'm sharing with you gives you the right to pat yourself on the back and appreciate and love yourself as is. So with every movement outside of your comfort zone, I want you to acknowledge yourself. Why? Because it's a win. It is a win. Think about it. Think about how long your fear has kept you in your comfort zone. So one tiny movement outside of your comfort zone is a win, period. It is not about doing anything perfectly all the way, getting it exactly the way you want, or getting it as much as you want. No, it's about the small steps outside of your comfort zone. It is a win. It is a win. I want you to drop the gloves, the punching gloves, the boxing gloves, and pick up some pom-poms. It's a win, right? So every little step outside of your comfort zone, celebrate it. Because what this means for you, when you acknowledge yourself each time you step out of your comfort zone, you're beginning to create new beliefs in your subconscious. You're beginning to create new neural pathways in your brain that says, we can do this. This is the fuel that you use to keep you moving forward. And you just practice. See it as a game. See it as a game. So as you do steps 1, you get clear, you decide. And you do steps 2. You take on your stretches, no matter what. And then you celebrate each step. What begins to happen is you begin to build this foundation of confidence. I come back here in a month and I say, hey, Kara, what's going on? What does your comfort zone look like with regards to that thing you decided on August 2nd? Oh, my comfort zone. It contains the things that were in your stretches today. Your things that were a risk today, all of a sudden, is now your stretch. Remember that die zone that was like, all of a sudden, oh, that's a risk. Now you have a whole new die zone. This is how you expand your comfort zone. This is how you build confidence. So many people are under the impression, I gotta have the confidence first, and then I can go out there and do what I want to do. No, love. It's the other way around. You take action and you build confidence. You take action and you build confidence. How many times have you seen a baby say, Mommy, I'm just waiting to be 5 years old before I can walk, and then I will try walking. They get up, walk. We're the ones that are like, wait, hold up, wait. My Cherie, a client of mine, she's a trucking consultant who helps people scale their business, and she was looking to do the same for herself. When we worked together, May 2020, her die zone was just even imagining bringing in a $50,000 contract. We applied this to her business. She started taking her steps, acknowledging each movement forward, a stretch, acknowledging, a stretch, acknowledging. 5 months later, you want to know what her die zone was? Wait for it. $5.5 million contract from $50,000. This is the power of those small steps. This is the power of celebration. This is the power of decision. Is this helpful? Is this helpful?
Put it in the chat. Let Bisi know how helpful this is. This is the power of community. I also have a client, 2 clients in the past 3 months who have doubled their income because they have quieted that judge. They have put that stake in the ground to get out of their way. So no matter what you're doing, who you work with, Bisi and I do something similar, but we both agree there is enough space in this world for the universe to conspire for, let's get you what you need to get yourself out of your way so that you can live your best life, so that you can find the right community, so you can speak up in that meeting, so that you can go from $50,000 to 5.5 million. So you can go from a assistant dean at Colorado State University to the senior vice president of conservation for the zoo, so that you can go from an HR manager to a chief people officer at a detox center in 3 months. so that you can get an average of a 31% increase. All right. Bisi and I love this message for you because we know what it's like to be misunderlined, undervalued, underpaid. And imagine what she had to go through as a BIPOC woman making $19,000 to multiple six figures in a year. Bisi did that in a year.
Yep.
You can do that. I am on track to more than double my income this year because we have to get out of our way. November of 2019, I was so scared. I literally couldn't get out of bed. I was like couch surfing. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that fear. I had to get out of my way and say, I can do this business. I can build Colorado Career Connectors. I can speak. And you know what? If I mess up, that's okay, right? I'm bilingual. If I say a word wrong in Spanish, it's okay. The worst critic is ourselves. So Bisi and I will have our contact information in there for you. You absolutely, this is how you amplify your awesome. This is how you find your happy place is awaken, activate, and get the hell out of your comfort zone. If Bisi and I can do it,
Yes.
and be used to high level six figure income with Comcast, Lockheed, L'Oreal, you can do it too. But the only thing sitting in your way is you.
Absolutely.
Right. So Bisi and I really want to hear from you. Is this working for you? We will have our contact information in there for you. When you take away the fear, you ask for what you're worth. You speak your truth. You get your community. And that's why I have an average of a 31% increase in base comp. Bisi can say what she said about Laura, Martin, etc. Right? We're not here to sell you. We're here to help you. Right? Bisi, what other comments do you have?
I love that, Chelle. I love that you're sharing that story. It's so, I truly believe each one of us has a specific assignment. We are here not by accident.
Mm-mm.
We're not here by accident. We're not here to just take up space. No, we're here for a reason, for a purpose. And that desire that you have, that knocks on your heart every day, that thing, that's it. That's it. And there are people waiting in rooms filled with people waiting for you. They're waiting for you. They can't hear what they need to hear from anybody else because you have been assigned specifically to them. So it is imperative for you. It is super important for you to get out of your own way, to be able to take fear and put it in a way back seat. Get out of the driver's seat. I'm driving this show. So that you can make it to that room. So what I'd love to ask you, and I have a gift for you, actually, I have a gift for everyone. But what I'd love to ask you is, what is the stretch that you are going to be taking in the next 24 hours? Yes, I am about the action.
Bisi, we have a question from Lisa. What if you stand up for yourself? You do this stretch and your boss belittles you.
What if you stand up for yourself and your boss belittles you? So there are a couple of things that come to mind. First off, no one can belittle you without your permission. The feeling of being belittled is you. That's you. That's you've put that on yourself. Now, what they may have said, sure, may not be kind, but you have taken that as belittle. So for starters, it's kind of cleaning that up and owning what this experience is. And then it is start taking on your stretch. What is your stretch when somebody says something that is unkind to you? Do you stand up for yourself in those moments? Or is that where it ends? So take a stretch, you know, map this out for yourself, even for those difficult conversations. Maybe it's, okay, I hear you. This is how I've experienced what you've just said. What you've said is very unkind, and I do not agree with it. You may be shaking in your boots. It's okay. I do not agree with it. Or if you not, that is unacceptable for you to speak to me that way. That's unacceptable. I remember a few years ago when I took on an international assignment, and my boss at the time, he came in from Australia. I came in from the United States. We all met in Nigeria to do this work. And he had been there months before me. And I remember saying, well, we need some SOPs. And we are peers who've come from different countries. And his voice started getting louder and louder. And you need to, and I stepped back and said, do you mind bringing that down a notch? Just bring that down a notch. And he was irate because I guess no one speaks to him that way. And I said, we cannot have this conversation right now. When you calm down, we can have this conversation later. But right now, we cannot have this conversation. And when we came back together, I cleaned that up. It is unacceptable for you to raise your voice at me. I would not tolerate that. Is that okay? Do we have an agreement? Do we have an agreement? Good. Oh, it wasn't easy, huh? I'm not saying this like, yeah, I did this, I put him in this place. No. I was shaking in my boots, just shaking, but I said what I had to say. This is part of you owning who you are, knowing who you be, and being a stand for her or him. No one belittles you without your permission.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Bisi.
You're welcome.
So we are at time. Yvette has put our contact information in there. We've gotten lots of feedback that this was super helpful for you. This is what we do at Colorado Career Connectors. In 2 weeks, we have Barbara Brooks and Guadalupe Hurt talking about ageism for people over 40. Please join us for that. We want to absolutely grow Colorado Career Connectors. If anything that you've heard from Bisi or I has resonated, please do a consultation with either of us. There is enough room in this world for everyone, and we are here to partner as strategic power partners because we want to grow, but we want you to grow. Put comments in the message. We will be sending out the recording of this along with any of the comments. I challenge you to journal on a lot of the questions that Bisi asked that I put out there, and really think about how are you going to stretch yourself in the next 24 hours. Thank you for stretching yourselves with us today and being here, being engaged, participating. Some of you I know, and some of you is the first time we've seen you. Please help get the word out. Bisi is in Atlanta. I'm here in Denver, and we welcome people from all over the country. Bisi does speak at international conferences. I do too. And so if you know places that Bisi or I should be speaking, please let us know. And I contacted a few of you private chat. So please let her know if she can be of service to your group. Thank you so much, everybody. We will get the word out on the recording, and have a really great day. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambrish. Bye,
Thank you,
Susan. Bye, Jean.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.